A year ago on this day, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump met for the first time in Singapore, marking a dramatic turn of events between the two countries as they were trading insults and threats of war just months before. Now, the historic summit seemed to have helped improve their bilateral relations, and eyes were on how North Korea would go about keeping its promise to denuclearize. However, their second summit in Hanoi in February ended with no agreement. And many experts have been pointing to the lack of progress between the old rivals, highlighting a stalemate in their nuclear talks. For more on where the denuclearization talks are heading and what stands in the way for North Korea and the U.S., Mr. Sean King, Senior Vice President of Park Strategies, joins us on the phone today. Hello, Mr. King.
Hi there.
All right, so like we said earlier, it's already been a year since the historic North Korea-U.S. summit. So how far has North Korea come in terms of denuclearization?
Apparently, nowhere at all, because as far as I know, they haven't dismantled any missiles. And, if you believe what you read in the failing New York Times and elsewhere, they're actually increased fissile material production. So it seems like the North Korea nuclear program is either static or advanced, so no denuclearization to date at all.
Well, obviously, there were some disappointments after the two sides failed to produce any tangible results during the Hanoi summit in February. So what stands in their way? I mean, what's the biggest sticking point between the two countries when it comes to denuclearization?
I think the definition of denuclearization. And Kim apparently wants some denuclearization in exchange for effectively complete sanctions relief. And Trump, to his credit, now wants complete denuclearization of North Korea, not this phony North Korean line of complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, which actually means an end to the U.S.-South Korean alliance. But Trump, on paper at least, wants the actual denuclearization of North Korea. So until we bridge that gap, I don't see any real progress. But, that's fine with me because North Korea's true denuclearization has to be the goal.
Well, but then we heard from President Trump that he had received a beautiful letter from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un underscoring the positive relationship between him and Mr. Kim. So where do we see this going from here on out? I mean, can we expect the third summit possibly to take place between Trump and Kim anytime soon?
Well, I definitely expect a third summit, probably before the U.S. election, so that Trump can again badmouth his predecessors and say he's done something that no other U.S. president has done. But as far as the relationship between those two, your guess is as good as mine. You probably need a psychiatrist to get to the bottom of that. This is another example how we have a parallel universe when it comes to North Korea policy. We have a very hard line from the institutional bureaucracy, from John Bolton, Mike Pompeo, the Pentagon, yada, yada, yada. But then Trump himself gets wowed by the dictator and mesmerized, and you're really not sure which side speaks for the government. And that's why I think North Korea is trying to separate Trump from the U.S., go around the U.S. government, deal directly with Trump. But until we get some clarity, not necessarily between the U.S. and North Korea, but between Trump and the rest of his government, I think the rest of us will be confused for a while yet.
All right, a lot to look forward to from here on out, I guess. Thank you so much for your insight today.
Thank you.